Welcome everybody. Welcome to another Community Fit. I'm James, and this is MoveLab Dynamic. I hope you're having a really great day. If you're brand new to MoveLab, you only have one thing to keep in mind today, and that is whatever you're doing it 110% totally and fully correct, because there's no wrong way to move. There's just some options and choices. If you're returning to MoveLab again, welcome back. So happy to have you. Today, we're going to focus on gait, motility, movement across the floor in various forms. Hopefully, you learn some stuff about your body. Hopefully, you begin to problem solve some common and persistent pains you might have, or just illuminate some reasons why some movement patterns might be difficult for you. It has everything to do with walking. It has everything to do with how we move across spaces, and that's what we're going to be exploring today. Again, in a number of different ways. As always, we're going to start with a little breath work, move to some of our nervous system tools to help us regulate our nervous system as we explore and play today, and then get right into the practice. So get comfortable, and let's start with breathing. For today, we're going to just do some simple box breaths. So box breathing, imagining you have a square, an invisible square in front of you. As we all know, squares have equal sides. So together, we're going to inhale to a count of 4, hold our breath to a count of 4, exhale 4, hold. That's an inhale, hold, exhale, hold. I'll do the counting, you do the breathing. So take a normal human being breath, just an inhale, exhale. And together, inhale to 4, 3, 2, hold. 4, 3, 2, exhale. 4, 3, 2, hold. 4, 3, 2, inhale. 4, 3, 2, hold. 4, 3, 2, exhale. 4, 3, 2, hold. 4, 3, 2, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just an inhale and an exhale. Begin to rock side to side, beginning some nervous system warm-ups. Just a rhythmic rock, almost mimicking ocean waves, or I think like wheat grass blowing in the wind, tree limbs blowing in the breeze, whatever image comes to mind as you rock side to side. Almost kind of like you're rocking yourself to sleep a bit. Now, if visual orientation works for you, go for that. I'm going to choose today auditory orientation. I find this works best with eyes closed, but you decide what works well for you. But I have my eyes closed, and I'm just going to start to listen to the sounds within the room. As I listen, I'm going to begin to discern what is the closest sound to me, and what is the furthest sound away I can hear. The closest sound to me. Does it sound like it's on your right or your left, in front of you or behind you, above you or below you? The furthest sound away from you. Where's that in space? Right, left, forward, backwards. Where's it coming from? Just see if you can zoom in and out. What's close to me, what's far away. And then last but not least, rub your hands together, get them warmed up, place them onto either your cheeks, your throat, your chest, your belly, back, armpits, like wherever it feels good to bring that warmth. Few breaths. Now, as you need them, now you got a breath thing you can do. We have a rhythmic thing you can do. We have an orientation thing you can do, or a therapeutic touch thing that you can do when and if you need it, right? So if you feel like you need a break, maybe instead of just like sitting there, maybe you turn back to one of these self-nurturing practices. For now, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take right hand and left foot. To the best of your ability, interlace fingers in between toes. And then we're going to take and just massage, circulate, move this. Now, if you look, I'm not just doing this with my wrist and my ankle. I've got my shoulder moving the foot. And then I'm going to reverse. Got everything moving, everything. I'm going to do a little tug. I'm going to take one hand, grab a hold of the heel, the other hand grabs a hold of the forefoot, and then they twist and they wring each other, kind of like wringing out a wet washcloth. And then last but not least, a little pounding. It's like the most simplistic way of caretaking your feet. And then other side, I'm going to interlace to the best of my ability, fingers and toes. I've got a full body movement going on. Shoulder to hip, wrist and ankle moving, reverse. I've got my little tug. And then I'm going to get some twists in. And then just a little pounding. From there, my hands dip into imaginary paint. They paint the legs and they come back up. They paint, and then they come back up. I'm painting the inside, the outside, the back side, the front, to the best of my ability today. Then I'm going to go fire log position today. So I bring one foot in and the other leg stacked in front. So to the best of your ability, it's like this. It's not like a lotus position, one leg in front of the other. If you can't quite get here, there works too. Here, and I'm just going to kind of stretch forward and come back up. I can even hard flex the feet, give a little more knee support that way. Just kind of moving through this a bit. We're going to probably return to this position again in the very near future. And then swap legs. That one comes closest, the other one goes in front. Just kind of stretch and come back up. Stretch and come back up. Good. Leave one leg in front, take the other leg to the side. We're just gonna stretch and come back. So I've got my right leg to the right side, left arm goes over to the left, and I just kind of stretch and reach and come back. Stretch and reach. Now, if that's enough, stay there. If not, stretch and reach and lift. Remember, I gotta push down to go up, stretch and come back. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then other side, flipping it over. You can start off small. I can go right into it. One more. Now, for this first movement pattern, I find being off the mat, so either on a wood floor or a carpeted floor, probably works best. So I'm going to come over here. Now, I've got my legs stretched out in front of me to the best of my ability. Remember, we're working on gait, walking, movement. And surprisingly, that has not just a lot to do with your feet and your ankles and your legs, but also the pelvis, the way the back moves, the way the arms coordinate, and how free and moving the neck is. So walking is a full body movement. So we're going to be in this shape. I'm going to have my elbows bent, and then I'm just going to start swinging. A good visual here might be Olympic runners, right? So if I have my elbows bent, I put one hand on my hip, the other hand on my ear. Elbows come towards midline to the best of my ability, and then they swap, and then they swap, and they swap. Now, the faster I go, you'll notice that ribs and torso automatically begin to twist and move. I can even run faster. As I do that, what I'm feeling in my body is the need for my abs, my core muscles, to begin to tighten in order to make this thing happen. It's a way of doing sit-ups without doing sit-ups. Now, we'll return to that. In the meantime, and this is often very difficult for people to get, be patient with yourself. Right now, I can feel underneath me a right sit bone and a left sit bone. Left sit bone, left leg, take one step forward, and then right, and then left, and then right, and left, and right, left, and right, and then reverse, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then forward, one, then the other, then the other, then the other, then the other. We call this one sit bone walking. It's like your pelvis is actually doing the walk. Helps to train your full body to get used to rotational movements. So I have an arm thing, I've got a low body thing, or as my left leg steps forward, right hand touches ear, left hand touches hip. All you have to remember is the leg forward connects to the opposite arm. If both are forward, you're good. Other side. And then reverse. And forward. And back. Forward. And back. Rest. If you didn't feel those little movements, my suggestion here is to go back and revisit those. There is some tremendous knowledge, some tremendous information within those little movements. From there, back to our fire log position. This time we're going to come forward and then back. Forward and back. Forward, back, one more. Switch legs. Forward, back, forward, back. One more, and forward. Both feet go behind you. Feet come together, knees are open. I go back and forth. Back and forth. Then I make it kind of bouncy. Our inspiration here, if we're thinking walking, if we're thinking gait, we have to start back at toddler, baby level. I want you to think of like a baby getting ready to crawl, right? Like there's this weird bouncy thing, it's playing with gravity. What it's doing is teaching its hips to help move. We don't use our hips enough. We tend to move from like knees down to feet. So we're just kind of waking up the hips. Now I can keep doing that or bring my knees a little more together. Feet go behind my knees and then there's a tuck. And I'm just going to kind of stretch through the toes. And there can be a bounce forward, and a bounce forward, bounce forward, bounce forward, Now, I can continue to do this, or if I'm gonna crawl, which is the first element in walking here. If I'm gonna crawl, I gotta look where I'm going. So if I just if I let my shoulders slump and sink, my neck gets really crammed here. So if you're feeling it in your neck, check in with your shoulders. Push down to go up, widen, and lift through the chest. Now as I do this, my neck feels relatively soft, but I'm feeling a lot of muscle work between my shoulder blades. Go forward and back. It's like the bigger muscles of my upper back have to do the work. Then I can start to play. If I want to take a step forward, we've already set up a rule here. Opposite sides are connected. Right arm, left leg, take one step forward. And then they come back. Same side, right arm, left leg. Do yours leave the floor and enter the floor at the same time? Or do you go leg and then arm? Just something to notice. Then, other side. Opposite, opposite. One side, the other. When you feel ready, start to crawl forward. One side, other side, other side. Back, 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 back. Forward, 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 forward. And back, 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 rest. A little bit of movement there. What'd you learn? What'd you discover about the way you move? About how your arms and legs and right sides and left sides are neurologically connected to one another. Surprising how much physical movement is connected into mental state capacities. And our ability to use right and left brains for creative processes, learning processes, and how we can improve those things by doing right and left hemisphere movement. Right side, left side, right side, left side. Now, if those were difficult for you, stay there. If not, let's do something we don't do a whole lot of, and that's lateral movement, but from a crawling perspective. So, right arm, left leg, take one step to the left, and then other, and then other, and then other direction. Other side. It would be natural for your brain to be confused right now. We don't do this motion a lot. Find your way back to center and see if you can coordinate how to go in a circle. Opposite sides, moving with opposite side, reverse. Center, give your brain and body a little bit of a rest. I like to add in a cat-like crawl because we tend to be rigid in our spine anyways, and sometimes the cat crawl will help loosen some stuff up. So I want you to think cat on the prowl, cat like slinky movement cat. Meaning, as I take a step forward, my whole spine gets to kind of move. My elbows get to move. and then reverse. Forward and back. Give it a rest. If some of these were difficult, these might be good ones to stay with and explore for just a bit longer. If you're looking for more, let's go there. Come to the center, right. Let's go left. Left foot visits left hand. We're gonna go into a bit of a stretch. You can even open up and come back and stretch. You can see I'm back in that like baby-like movement. Leg pushes me forward, arms push me back. Then, other side. Good. Coming back. From there, looking forward, lifting your heels, or lifting your knees, dropping your heels, hold. Right arm, left leg, take one step forward. Other side. Other side. Other side, and back. Forward. And back. Forward. And center. Knees down. Give everything a little bit of a rest. From there, let's go into right foot, left foot, come and visit forward. Sink into your squat, coming up. Sinking into your squat, up. I can stay there, or I can go down. Arms go forward, legs come forward. Legs go back, arms go back. Like a little frog hopping. Standing up, giving all of that a rest. You can stay there, or we can kind of make it that lateral movement again, turning it into more of a like a monkey crawl. So here I am, same shape. Arms go right, legs go. Arms, legs. And rest. Walk it off. And return to your mat. This time we're going to be on knees. Match strike. Right leg and back. Left leg. If that's enough for you, stay there. Or tuck. Right. Left. Stay there, or as one leg goes forward, opposite arm goes forward, other arm goes back. Center. Hold. Stand, down, reset. Forward, up, down, reset. Last one. Stay up. Take a walk. Notice whatever you notice. Right into standing shape. Both feet yaw. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Stay there or forward, back. Waking up the feet circularly, side, forward, side, back. Reverse. Now, take a walk through your space and just notice. Notice arm swing, notice gait, notice what moves, what doesn't move. And then let's come back. Let's explore this a bit. Come to the back edge of your mat. Let your feet be underneath your hip joints, which is about 2 or 3 inches apart from each other. From there, right foot takes 1 step forward in gait stance, meaning heel meets toe. Then other side, other side, other side. And see if you can get the arms to match. Opposite arm does what opposite leg does. Forward, back. Forward and back. Stay there, or same thing, just no toes on the ground. Stay there or drop your toes, heels lift just enough to get a piece of paper underneath them. From there, turn so that you have mat to your left. We're going to take the smallest little steps we can take. Little tiny steps. These little steps help to turn on some of the more stabilizing muscles in the hips and in the ankles. Other way. And then change your mind and instead, big steps. Other way. Again. Take a walk. See if anything feels different now. Come to the center of your mat. Lift your heels, drop them. Lift, drop. Lift and drop. You can continue to do this or let your knees kind of bend and buckle. Can you get your whole body to jiggle? Maybe to the right, maybe to the left. I can do that. I can do a little bounce. I can do a little hop. Now, if I mix hop with walk, we have one of mine and one of Alicia's favorites. Hops and walks together become skips. One of the best exercises you can do for your body, muscles, skeleton, nervous system, heart rate. Really let everything swing. And then just go for a little walk. Notice what you notice. Meet me back in the middle. Hands on your heart. Take a nice deep inhale into your own hands. Tell yourself thank you. Take a look around your space. Tell your space thank you. And most importantly, thank your community. We are so grateful you're part of ours and that you bring us into yours week after week. So thank you, everybody. See you soon.
Awesome. Thank you, James. Thank you, everyone. So good to, I did part of the class today and definitely was happy when you did the skipping at the end. That's always a fun way to feel young again. I feel like so. All right. Well, I hope everyone's having a great week. If you have any questions for James or myself, just go ahead and pop them in the chat there. We'll be online for a couple minutes. It looks like we're wrapping up. So tomorrow, Friday, reset and restore, and then a beautiful weekend. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.